Oh,
In Florida, they just lifted the mandate of almost everything with COVID. They're just like, we're gonna officially open everything up. Companies can't force you to wear a mask. Um, Companies, restaurants, you don't. There's no mandate. If you want to, as a person, if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, it's okay. But we're not gonna force any businesses to do it anymore. And I think it's about goddamn time. Um, for the most part, Florida has been open the whole pandemic, and they're like in the like almost the bottom or the middle of the pack with infections and deaths. So I think they handled it correctly. Sunlight kills it on instant contact. I think still people still have a I think I'm sorry. I think um people have a misnomer on how you get COVID. You can't get it in the air. That's not how it works. It's not airborne. You have to be in close vicinity to each other, and you have to get saliva either in your nose or in your mouth or on your hands, and you put your hands in your mouth. It's not if we're outside and you get it that way. So people need to understand that. I think people just think of COVID as just flying through the air and you get it like that, kind of like an asthma attack or pollen or something like that. And that's not how COVID travels. But I'm excited, for Florida. They're leading the way. Ron DeSantis, 2024 for president. Anybody who can read information, adapt to reading information, and implement the information that they receive, they have my vote. I don't care if he has a sex scandal. I will vote for him.
so it's weird because I sent this stuff to you and I wanted to look at it. I know you've been banging your chest a lot about this and some of the things that have been out there as the misnomers. But it's weird because he goes out and he lifts this, but like AMC said they're still gonna keep their shit. Target, Walmart said they're still gonna keep their shit. I think a lot of it was referred more to small businesses and having small businesses decide on how much they want to be allowed in the sense of some of the mandates and some of the restrictions, especially with the no mask thing. But he has definitely, I guess, led the trend on maybe, because we at one point we were supposed to look at things and say, well, herd immunity was an option, and then it literally got taken off the table with more masks, more lockdowns, and the 6 feet apart thing. But I thought it was interesting that he went about and did this because I don't even think Texas lifted their no mask mandate too, right?
Yep, and everything went down. Cases went down, deaths went down, everything went down.
A friend of mine lives in AZ, and he's like, "There's no mandate."
There's that they the same thing. They've been open since like Florida the whole time.
So this is gonna be interesting. I mean, I get it. I'm still concerned, not so much with not having masks or the information. I just hope that whatever's happening in India could just be them being like their infrastructure from a medical standpoint is just being put pressure because they're losing people like nobody's business. I know we can't fly there now. I'm hoping and praying they get taken care of, but whatever variant they have doesn't come to the US because if we got to do this whole thing again, I don't know how it's going to be handled. And Trump, when he was in office, he talked about it being handled from a local, from a state, and then from a federal level. And so I mean, I don't know. We got to look further into the statistics, but the last headline I read was that Texas and Florida numbers were down by a large part on a lot of other cities. So, that I don't know if I want to say kudos yet to it. I hope it keeps trending that way. But I've also heard some horror stories of people that were in spring break and ended up catching COVID and bringing it back and getting a family member sick and putting family members in the ICU. So again, I'm still kind of on the fence on it. But again, it's a story to story situation. And we don't even know. I mean, I think I read something today that's saying that now kids are starting. They're seeing an uptick on kids getting it. Younger people are getting it. So this is obviously a continuous news story that changes and unfolds constantly.